Do you know what starts the golf swing? You will say, probably it's the hands first, then the shoulders, the torso, and then the hips. That's what basically every amateur golfer says and believes just before they hit a big sliced banana into the woods or hit a fat shot and take a divot the size of a pancake. Listen, I will tell you something. In good golf swings, in great golf swings, the swing does not even start with the club first. There's an invisible move happening just before the start. A move you typically can only measure with force plates. But this move sets up power, consistency, a fantastic rhythm, and great sequencing. And every pro does this move, and hardly any amateur golfer even knows about it. Yes, the chances are really high you are not doing this move, but if you know about it and learn it, and that's very easy actually, you will have a much smoother golf swing, much more power, much more consistency. And your buddies will ask you for your swing advice the next round, promised. So I have this fantastic drill in the end, which will teach you exactly that, without any fancy gear, without any complicated stuff. You will not have to change your golf swing completely, no worries. We're gonna have fun, keep watching. Now, before I tell you what this tiny move is, just before the takeaway, we have to talk about what a great golf swing actually is built on. Because if the foundation is shaky, even this, what I'm going to tell you now, will not help you. So we have to talk about what a great golf swing needs. But if we understand what it takes, this small move, this tiny move in the beginning of the swing will make perfect sense, and everything will fall into place basically by itself. So let's talk about what a great golf swing needs. First of all, what we see in the start of the swing, we see that the club moves not back in a straight line, it moves back in a little, let's say, half circle. And you can see here is the ball target line, and this stick here is basically 3 or 4 inches in front of my feet here. And I'm putting this here because you can see when I move back, you can see my hands are basically over this stick. So I like to have the hands roughly 3 or 4 inches in front of my feet. The club face is slightly angled towards the spine here, like to my spine. I'm not here. It's okay to have it a little bit like here. It's okay to have it a little bit too close. That's called closed. But you don't want to have any crazy stuff like this. So a very good spot to be would be roughly, probably roughly here. The shaft is parallel or over the line here. What also happens here is, in the beginning, and that's very important, the belt buckle, you can see here my belt buckle, it will not move down. It will move actually up a little bit. So it goes up a little bit. Listen, there is a misconception in the world of golf. Most golfers believe that they have to stay on the same height the entire golf swing. So people try to stay on the same height, but that's not happening. Great golfers, watch Tiger Woods, watch Rory, McIlroy, they actually move the body up in the start of the backswing and drop down a lot and then push themselves up again. That creates consistency and power. And what most golfers are trying to do is they're trying to stay on the same level. And when you take a backswing and you don't move up, you are in big trouble. We're going to talk about this a little bit later, more in depth, but just beware of the idea of moving up in the beginning. So we are here. Then from here onwards, we're going to set the wrist and the club is going to point more or less towards the ball target line. That's a very good spot to be. You don't want to be anywhere like this or like this here. That's a very nice place to be. When you move back a little bit like this, so you keep on going, you can see the shoulders, my back is pointing towards the target. And that's a very good spot where you want to transfer the pressure on the ball of the lead foot. And actually, you will see your knees will drop, they will bend. Okay, what this does is this will move the club nearly automatically in this position and you won't be over the top. Many golfers call this move, what I was just talking about now, the Hogan squat. But actually, in my opinion, it's not a conscious squat. It's a reaction, or let's call it a consequence of moving the body up in the backswing. You will fall down naturally. So you will get soft knees. We're going to talk about this again when we talk about this tiny move in the beginning of the swing. So keep watching. But now, that's an interesting point. The moment we get down to here, and you can see the club is pointing more or less again towards the ball target line. Here, the good golfers will push, especially with the lead foot, off the ground like this. They will push into the ground and will straighten the knee, which will push the lead hip back and up, and the lead shoulder up and back, which will move the hands up and which will help to propel the golf club for more power. This happens as a consequence from the move I will tell you later. So just beware that you want to go in the backswing here, here, here. And you can see the club is again where it was in the beginning here. And then you can release into the impact zone. So let's talk about what this tiny move actually is, how it helps your golf swing, and how you can learn it. I have this fantastic drill in the end. So what you can see on force plates, you can see it very nicely, you can see that good golfers move the pressure on the lead foot a little bit just before they start their swings. You can see this blue arrow coming out, which means I'm pushing with my lead foot towards the ground. They are using this actually to push themselves back on the trail foot. So it's lead foot, trail foot, and you can see my spine hasn't moved a lot. It's just going slightly left, right, but it's not like going like this, so don't mistake me. It's just a tiny move, lead foot, trail foot, and I might be exaggerating it now for demonstration purposes. It's a very subtle move, okay? Lead foot, trail foot. And what's happening is now is I'm going to push with the trail foot into the ground and move my pelvis up, and then this will move the club back. You can see I have a hammer here which has 5 kilos, and if I want to move this hammer back, I have to really move, as I said before, I have to push the lead foot into the ground, trail foot, and then move it away. What most amateur golfers do, there's a very high chance you are doing this, is you moving your hands first, nothing happens here, and then you move your pressure. That's too late. That gets you in a very bad sequence, in a very bad rhythm, and your golf swing will feel very, very inefficient and not smooth at all. But if you feel it, then you cannot actually unfeel it anymore. So I have this wonderful drill now I want to show you, so you can learn how to use this in your golf swing and actually impress your golf buddies next time you play golf. It's an idea from one of my friends, of Dr. Kwan. He's one of the most famous and most respected biomechanic experts in the world. And I had the chance to learn from him for many, many years. And I just recently saw him in Germany again. And he had this wonderful idea, a drill, which I want to share with you. Because what he said is, the feeling actually of the start of the swing is you go a little bit towards the lead foot to the trail foot, and then you inhale. So you go lead foot, trail foot, inhale, which will give you the feeling of straightening, of throwing the club back like this. You don't want to go slow, okay? You want to go lead foot, trail foot, inhale. And then Dr. Kwan said, and I love this one, is, and then when up here, you finally decide to get angry. It's like, so you go lead foot, trail foot, inhale, angry. Lead foot, trail foot, inhale, angry. And then you get all these beautiful moves I was talking about. Because if you do this, you can see, just as a consequence, the hands will move here and not there. It's just a natural thing. Why should you be doing something else? Yeah? If you're here, the club will move more in this position and not in any other crazy position. You will get soft knees as a consequence, and this will enhance power and speed just naturally. Try this drill, let me know in the comments how you did, and please watch this one next.